Hi there, this is Dr. Ma'in Hasib, the Accreditation Consultant and Quality and Safety Trainer, with another topic, effective communication skill, which is needed basically for everybody, but especially needed for those who are in management position, like supervisors, managers, coordinators, directors. Okay. This is lesson one on the topic of effective communication skills. And in lesson one, we'll define effective communication. Why is communication important? What are the different types of communication? What is the communication process? How do you improve your communication process or skills? And in lesson two, what are the barriers to effective communication and how can you overcome them? Also, we'll discuss effective communication. How do you rate? We'll give you some sort of a questionnaire or survey to answer and a subject summary. So let's start with lesson one. What is the definition of effective communication? Communication is not the objective in business or life. The objective is understanding. Communication is simply the tool to accomplish that. Effective means producing a decided, crucial, or desired effect. Communication is the process of transmitting information or exchanging of thoughts and ideas from one person to another. Effective communication is the ability of a leader or a sender to transmit a message, whether verbal or non-verbal, to the receiver or to the follower, the employee, where the message has the same understanding to the receiver as the sender, and to make the receiver change his mind or cause him to see the sender's point of view. So effective communication, when I send a message to someone, I want it to be understood by the receiver the same way I meant it. Okay? And also sometimes I want them to act on that message and do something I want. So the purpose of communication is either to transfer of information or a call to action or an understanding. Why is communication important? A leader is not a leader if he or she cannot communicate. The most skill a leader must possess is good communication skills. Communication occupies 70 to 90% of a leader's time every day. Poor communication causes 80% of poor employee performance. Effective leadership is still largely a matter of communication. Why is communication important? It eliminates barriers. It helps to get rid of problems that arise out of communication barriers. It helps in sharing of the ideas. It is the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and suggestions which is very important for the growth of the company. When different ideas come together, one plan of action is made and applied to the entire organization or business. Also, communication is important for teamwork. It is necessary when teamwork matters the most. It is more important for those organizations that have a lot of departments, as all these departments are teams in themselves. Also, communication is important in continuous change, because changes are happening all the time, especially in healthcare. These changes are best understood when there is a good communication in all the teams. Each process changes from time to time, and these changes are best understood by employees outside those processes by the means of effective communication. Those employees then change their way of work depending on what's required for achieving optimal result. So when you tell them, they act on it, okay, and they change their behaviors of what they're doing according to what you need. So if you communicate with them in a bad way, then they might not get the message, they might not do it right, and this is going to cost time and money and frustration. Interact with the waves of change to create the outcome you desire. In short, through effective communication, leaders lead. Good communication skills enable remote sharing of mutual goals and create the understanding and trust necessary to encourage others to follow a leader. Without effective communication, a leader accomplishes little. Without effective communication, a leader is not an effective leader. Next, we're going to talk about what are the different types of communication. Communication can be broadly classified as verbal or non-verbal communication. Verbal communication, usually it's oral or written communication. Either we speak it or we write it. We call that verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is communication without delivering any speech or saying even a word. Example of that, body language, facial expressions, voice, touch, smell, visual diagrams or pictures. Without exchanging a word in non-verbal communication, without exchanging a word, you can guess how the teller in the bank or the doctor who ignores you while you are talking to them, okay, you can tell how they feel, okay, and also how you would feel if they're doing that to you. Non-verbal communication, body language, ways of talking, posture, appearance, head moving, nodding, okay, waving, eye movement, facial expression, smiling, frowning, body contact, shaking hands, okay, closeness, invading someone's privacy or private space, sounds like laughing, high pitch of sound, soft, okay, speaking softly. All these are non-verbal communication and has to do with the body language. So it is not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you say, how you say it. Sometimes you say the same word, okay? You say the same word, but they could mean different thing to the receiver. See, may I help you with a smile? Or may I help you like that, okay? So it's the same word, but the receiver will take it as negative or positive. So when we are communicating face to face, 55% of what we learn from others come from their body language. Imagine, okay, when we are face to face, 55% of what we learn from others come from their body language, 38% from the tone of their voice, and only 7% from the words we say. Only 7% the word. 55% from the body language and 38% from the tone of voice. Okay? Now, This is face to face. How about when we are on the phone? When we are on the phone, what we learn from others, 86% come from their voice and only 14% what you say, the words. It takes only 10 seconds and you will know if you are talking to a beauty or a beast, if the person on the other side is nice or not. What is the communication process? The components of a communication process are a sender who encodes and send the message. Encodes mean convert the message into meaningful content, like by writing it down or speaking it. So a sender who encodes and send the message. Then there is the channel that the sender use in order to send his message. Could be speech, email, phone, okay? So the channel through which the message is sent. And then the receiver who decodes the message, processes the information and sends an appropriate reply via the same channel back to the sender. So if I want somebody to meet with somebody, I send them an email saying I would like to meet with you on this date, on this time, in this place, okay? Then they will receive that message, reply to me. Either they will say okay, or they will say I am busy, can we do it on this time or that day, this time or that time. So the components of a communication process are a sender encodes a message and you need a channel to deliver the message, and the receiver decodes the message and act on that message. So here you start, this is the sender, okay? He has a meaning, he has a message, he encoded the message, then he transmit the message through the appropriate channel. Then the receiver will decode the message, understand the meaning, and encoding again, and transmit it back to the sender who will decode it again. And the circle goes on. What do we mean by these noise? These are the distractions, the things that could prevent the message from going to the receiver or going back to the sender. For example, they send an email and the email is down. Okay, you send it by mail and the email does not get there. You send a voicemail, you call and there is nobody there, so you leave a message and the receiver does not receive the message, or he receives it and forgets about it. Okay, he does not act on it and he forgets about it. Okay, this is what we mean by the noise. How do you improve your communication process and skills? These things could be enhanced, could be improved by learning few skills and ideas and things to do to improve your communication process. Leaders or people communicate in three ways. They develop the leadership message by determining what you want to say and do, deliver the leadership message by getting the message across verbally, mentally, or metaphorically, okay, and sustain the leadership message by keeping it alive, fresh, and meaningful. So, good communicators can be hand polished, improved, as well as born. So if you are a good communicator, you could be born as a good communicator, but if you're not, then you can get better. Here are ways and ideas to improve your communication skills. Use simple and clear vocabulary that are understood by everybody. This will ensure There is no confusion or scope for not understanding your message. Do not speak only to impress someone by using very complicated, fancy words, okay, or vocabulary. Do not speak too fast or too slow. Think and speak. Think first, then speak second. Always think ahead about what you are going to say. Speak clearly and audibly, okay, because whatever comes out of your mind, you cannot take that back. And then even if you want to take it back, then you have to say, I'm sorry. And why you want to do that, okay? I always tell my clients during inspections, okay, whatever comes out of your mouth, okay, you cannot take it back. So you need to be careful what you say. Words like a bullet. When they come out, you cannot stop them, and you don't know where they're going to land. Ensure that the communication channels are working and effective enough to send your message. If you want to send a message through email, make sure the email is working. Okay. Make sure to get a feedback at the end of the communication process. Okay. If you want an action, for example, if you want something or a group of people to do something, so that you know that the communication was successful and the receiver has received your message well enough and will be prompted into action as a result. What else you need in order to improve your communication skills? Use a picture, allow for better of understanding. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Listen or read very carefully what the person is trying to convey. So while they are talking to you, listen to them. Don't think about what you want to say, because you could miss an important message or an important word, okay, or an important sentence that the sender was trying to convey to you. 6, always pay undivided attention to the speaker while listening and make notes of important points. If it's only one thing, you could remember, but if the speaker is talking about many things, then it's better to take notes. Remember that what someone says and what we hear can be remarkably different. Our personal filter, assumption, judgment, and beliefs can distort what we hear. Repeat back or summarize to ensure that you understand. Restate what you think you heard and ask. Ask, have I understood you correctly? Okay, repeat what they said. Have I understood you correctly? Or let me summarize what we talked about. Or if you want to see if they understood you or not, say, could you repeat what I just said, just in case I forgot something, okay? Don't tell them, I want to make sure you understood what I say, okay? Because you come across like you are stupid and I want to make sure that you understood what I said. No, put the blame on yourself. Tell them, could you repeat what I just said? I want to make sure that I did not forget anything. Improve language. How do you improve your language? By reading. The more you read, okay, the better you get. And listen more. The more you listen, the better you get. Work on your body language. Okay, as we talked about earlier. The words, the way you talk, the way you come across, okay? This is a science. Body language is science. Maybe you want to read more about it, okay? And avoid the movements, the gestures that are not appropriate in body language. Look presentable and confident, okay? Look presentable and confident. Okay. Dress for success when you are in a position of leadership. As somebody said, I might be wrong, but I'm never in doubt. 10. Increase your knowledge on all subjects you are required to speak. So if you want to speak about a topic, go research it. Okay? Go research it and know everything you need to know about it in order to deliver a presentation or a speech that is good and meaningful. Don't insult the intelligence of your audience. And the best way to learn something is to teach it. Don't take another person's reaction or anger personally. Okay? When somebody comes to you, if you are in a position of customer service, or you happen to be sitting on the front desk, or you happen to answer the phone and somebody's on the other side is very mad because of bad service that they receive, okay, don't take it personally. They're not mad at you, they're mad at the situation. Okay? And they want things to be fixed. That's all. Okay? Take a deep breath and count till 10. Let them vent. Let them vent till they are able to communicate what they really have on their mind. Let them take it out. If I am shouting or a customer is shouting and you're shouting at me, where are we going to get? We're not going to get anywhere. Okay? Understand that people want to feel heard. They want somebody to hear them. Okay? Then they will calm down. So people want to feel heard more than they care about whether you agree with them or not. If somebody is mad and they say, you guys did this to me, did that to me, okay? You don't have to agree with them, okay? But you have to acknowledge their feeling, their concern. You can show that you are listening by giving someone your complete attention and saying things like that. Tell me more about your concern. What is about that thing that bothering him or bothering her that concern you? Next, acknowledge inconvenience or frustration and offer a timeline of solution, especially when somebody is waiting. Waiting is bad for anybody. Nobody likes to wait. Okay? So always you want to what? You want to under promise and over deliver. Okay? Under promise and over deliver. Don't say it's going to take me 10 minutes when it's going to take you half an hour. If it's going to take you 10 minutes, say it's going to take me 20 minutes or half an hour. So the customer will prepare themselves mentally to stay for half an hour. But if you tell them 10 minutes, then they're going to prepare mentally to stay for 10 minutes. So if you're late, okay, they're going to be upset and mad. But if you say half an hour and you come back in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they're happy. Okay? So give yourself sometimes extra time, because somebody might call you, somebody might distract you. You never know what's going to come up while you are working on that task. That's going to take you 10 minutes. It might take you half an hour. Okay? You don't have to have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers. It's okay. It's okay to say, I don't know, but say, I will try to find out for you. And this is going to take me that much. Would you like to wait, or I'll call you back, or you want to come back? Okay? Then follow up to share your findings. Respond by facts. Don't react. Okay? Talk facts, no feelings. For example, tell me more about your concern, or I understand your frustration. Okay? Acknowledge their feeling. Agree with their feeling. You're not agreeing with what they're saying. Agree with their feeling. Okay? And instead of saying, hey, I'm just doing my job, or it is not my job, which is sure to cause more irritation. Tell them, tell me more about your concern. I understand your feeling. I understand your frustration. Okay? I'll try to fix this for you. We're sorry about this. Okay? What else? Now, everyone, maybe they are better at communicating style than another. Maybe somebody is good in writing, somebody is good in speaking, okay, for example. So as a person in a position of leadership, you need to adapt to your communication style. A good leader adapts his communication style depending on his audience, then adjusts his communication style based on what the audience needs and or what the leader wants them to react to meet the goals of the communication. For example, when speaking to employees, he or she may need to have a much more directive style, be direct to the point, than when he is or she is delivering a presentation to the community or speaking to the customers. It's different. Okay? Leaders should strive to always match their nonverbal cues to their words. When they do so, they are more believable and trustworthy. And believe me, if they don't trust you, they don't believe in you, they're not going to follow you. Okay, they're not going to act on your message or do what you want them to do, willingly at least. I am done with the first lesson on effective communication skills. To continue with the subject, please go to lesson 2. In lesson 2, we'll discuss what are the barriers to effective communication and how can you overcome them. And we'll talk about effective communication, how do you rate, and we'll give you a subject summary. Thank you very much for watching.